Look at this camping spot. Huge fire pit. All these chairs have backs to them. Back, back, back. Back, back, back. And there must have been something up here because there's some square concrete things. Probably some kind of watchtower or something. It's got some pegs sticking up out of there. I think I'm gonna take a break here. So anywhere you pitch up here, you're gonna be on some nice pine needles, which is cool. Here's part of whatever structure used to be up there. I'm sure it was a fire tower. What a great spot. Nice and flat. No water, but I've got plenty of water. I think I'm gonna take a break. See you guys down the hill. I should start one YouTube channel just entitled Random Thoughts Throughout the Day. But I was having breakfast in Duncannon. I was having breakfast in Duncannon, and it was a little teeny tiny only restaurant in town besides a pizza joint. But they had breakfast at 6 a.m., which is what I needed that day. So went in there, old guys sitting and they had some tables, old couple sitting there. And then they had a counter with some stools and one old guy sitting there, another girl sitting there. She's getting her own coffee, obviously a local. And they have, of course, they had the news on. So immediately there's a political discussion, sort of. So this girl turned to me and she said, "That Biden," she said, "him and his fake teeth, he ain't gonna last long. And that Kamala Harris, first of all, she's a minority. And second of all, I just don't like the way she acts." She's like, "At least Bernie Sanders had more spunk." So, needless to say, I chose not to get any kind of heated political debate there at the diner at 6:15 in the morning. Rural Pennsylvania. There you go. See what the trail looks like for a minute. Swarta State Park, Pennsylvania. Swarta Gap. We got this nice big bridge. That's the river. It comes through here. And the river that way. That's it. Kind of cool the way they made this bridge. It's actually like 2x4s laid on their side, nailed together. It's a lot of wood. Okay, time for a big climb. I've been doing this for 3 days here in Roxylvania. Oh, I know they call it that. It's just basically just a ridiculous maze of rocks for days. But it's nice scenery. Well, trekking pole got caught. I've used my tent the whole hike so far. And people always ask me, do you use your shelters? And I tell them, no, I use my tent. And they always look at me puzzled, like, why wouldn't you use a shelter if it's built, it's flat, it's up off the ground, and it's there? And I was thinking about that today, and I think that I'd rather be in my own waterproof tent with no bugs, no mice, and no snakes. And I think if there's a bear around, bear's not gonna, he doesn't know where I'm laying in my tent. He's gonna look at you in the shelter, see your foot sticking out. He's gonna grab your foot. I guess anybody who's done the trail, thinking about doing the trail, or is doing the trail, knows that Pennsylvania is rocky, known for its rocks. And from what I was told is that this is kind of where middle Pennsylvania, northern Pennsylvania, it's about where the glaciers sort of stopped during the Ice Age. So when these glaciers were forming, they dug out a lot of the landscape and was just carrying all these boulders and rocks, sort of scouring off the tops of these mountains in Pennsylvania too. They're all, to me, they're all kind of rounded. And then when these glaciers melted, they left all the rocks, boulders and rocks behind. They just left them in a jumble. So hiking through PA is a rock jumble maze, which makes it unique and a challenge. You just have to figure getting a couple less miles a day because you're scrambling over rocks all day. And it's hard on your feet and ankles, especially. That's what the campsite looks like today. A nice fire going, and a seat, tents pitched, air mattress blown up. Bear with me, I'll only do this for about a minute, or you can fast forward through it. Let's see if I can do a minute of this, okay? This is what Pennsylvania is really all about. I know you can't see the pitch of this. Feels like it's 45 degrees. It goes, let's see. It's hard to tell on the camera. You can never tell. It's pretty much straight up. Sometimes you do this for hours. Whew. I still have. I'm sure it's way, I can see the ridge way, way up there. I gotta turn this off. Here's some of this crazy climb from the legs perspective. Whoa. Oh, do this before breakfast. It's crazy. Kind of feels good by the end of the day, I guess. Just like any exercise you do. Whew.